Welcome everybody to my first Magic the Gathering deck tech. I want to be going over several of my decks that I have and different decks that I like to build and budget decks and fun decks to play. I'll be doing a whole bunch of different videos. This is the first Magic one I have, and today I'm going to be going over allies. There's a few little pricey cards in here, but everything's pretty cheap. I don't think there's anything really over $10 in here. Pretty easy to make. Let's go ahead and go over it. The commander is General Tazri, 5-color commander. When he comes in, he tutors and he can buff up all your allies. Basically, you want to keep on bringing them in to keep tutoring for the things you need. I usually tutor for Gate Loremaster first to draw cards and get advantage. Going into the creatures, my select ones are like Ondu Cleric to gain life. Life gain's really good. Kor Bladewhirl for first strike. Harabaz Druid for mana. He's one of the best in the deck. I love him. One of my win cons is Halimar Excavator. He can mill your opponent. It's a really good way to do. I've done 40 plus mills in one turn, and it's really easy to pull off, especially when you get a board state. Agadeem Occultist, he's good at pulling back creatures from your opponent's graveyards and start making an overpowered field. Firemantle Mage to make your creatures have menace. Kabira Evangel, he gives your creatures protection from the color you choose, and you can basically protect your creatures so you can swing out and not have to worry about being smashed. Resolute Blademaster to give your stuff haste. Lantern Scout to give your stuff lifelink. Life gain is always good. Adaptive Augmentation to power him up, and he can be a ally. So Mirror Entity, Shapeshifter, and he powers up all the allies. He can be an ally himself. Archer, he kills flyers, which is always good because there's not a lot of flyers in the deck. Greypelt Hunter, he makes he gets bigger and he has trample. Munda gets to your allies faster. Minion and Den to play more extra lands and get advantage. Tuktuk, one of my favorites in there, destroy artifacts. Ondu Champion gives your creatures trample. Bruse gives some of your creatures double strike and lifelink. Joraga gives them vigilance. Bala Ged Thief, one of my absolute favorites in deck, gets rid of your opponent's hands, which is always really good. Harabaz Druid, he gives all your creatures indestructible, stop you from getting board wiped, and with different things in the deck you can flash out creatures and flash out an ally, give all your stuff indestructible so you can save yourself from a board wipe, or make them indestructible and board wipe everybody else and go for the game. Hagra Diabolist, he allows you to gain life. Make your opponent lose life, sorry. Angelic Captain, just a buffer to go for that alpha strike. Resolute Blademaster gives them all double strike. Kazuul, he gives them all 1/1 counters, and you can just buff them up really fast. Gate Loremaster for drawing. Turntimber to make tokens. Munda's Vanguard to put counters on your creatures to buff them up, get them bigger. Murasa Pyromancer to kill your opponent's creatures. He's one of my other favorites in the deck. Another non-ally, Deadeye Navigator. He's really good to do multiple different effects and trigger your allies off, or use it on General Tazri to keep on tutor. That's it for the creatures. Going into enchantments, you got Evolutionary Leap. It's good to get to a creature you need really quickly, and you can get rid of your tokens. Beastmaster's Ascension, power up your allies. Fires the Yamiana to give them haste, and you can power them up if you need to go for a swing. Retreat, it's a good way to get allies straight on the field. Flame Shadow Conjuring, copy allies to get multiple triggers. Asceticism, make sure your creatures can't be targeted and you can regenerate them. Debtor's Kneel, it allows you to bring a creature back from graveyard into play every turn, and you can do it to your opponent's creatures too, and also your own. That's it for enchantments. Going on to artifacts. Soul Ring, of course, good for the mana rock. Stoneforge Masterwork to buff up one of your allies really big. Library Link for the unlimited hand and make sure you can't get your hand discarded. Captain's Calls to make allies. Urza's Incubator to make them cheaper. Mimic Vac to copy one of your allies that you sacrifice or it gets killed, and you can keep on putting allies in the field with that. Command's Field for mana fix. Vedalken Orrery You give them all flash. You can flash them in during your opponent's turn to get triggers. Parent Harmonicon to copy their ability triggers, and that's probably the best card in the deck that goes with them. It's amazing. Birthing Pod, so I can pop out allies in your opponent's turn. Well, not in your opponent's turn, but at any time during my turn, and get to certain ones I need. Hedron Archive, just mana rock and to draw. Door Destinies to power up all your allies. Minion Reflector, another copy spell to make more allies. Coat of Arms, make your allies really big. Obelisk of Urd, make them bigger. That's it for artifacts. Going on to, there's only 2 instances I got in here. Just a Fog and a Crypt Incursion. Going on to sorceries, a Diabolic Tutor, search for the ally you need or a card. Overwhelm Stampede for a win con. All Suns Dawn so I can return allies just in case they get board wiped. March of the Tomb to bring back allies. Primal Command the Tutor, gain life. Creeping Resistance to return stuff from my graveyard, of course. Dark Petition for a Tutor. And 2 cheap board wipes just to help out. It's budget and they're pretty cheap so anybody can get them. And then Vincer the Soldier Runner as my Planeswalker. For lands, I'm not going through all my lands. I'm just going to go through a couple of them. Like Ally Encampment's a must. And I put Reliquary Town there because you can do a lot of drawing. After that, I threw these in for fun since it's 5 color. Is all the Guild Gates and Mazes Inn for another win con. I'll be going over several other decks, a lot of my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll be coming with more here soon. Thank you.